Hey guys, what is up? This is Cat back with another episode of Unchained with the Captain. Christmas movie month continues with the 1984 holiday classic, Bong! Gremlins. And we'll take a look right after the titles. Gremlins tells the story of Billy Peltzer, a guy who works at a bank but still lives with his parents for some reason. His father gives him an early Christmas present, a mogwai, that his dad has named Gizmo. He tells Billy that there are 3 rules for the mogwai. Don't expose them to light, don't get them wet, and don't feed them after midnight. When a glass of water is spilled on Gizmo, he multiplies into several more mogwai, and they trick Billy into feeding them after midnight. When the gremlins emerge from their cocoons, mayhem erupts. Let's talk about the cast for a minute. Zach Galligan plays Billy, our protagonist. You might remember him from nothing else. The late great Hoyt Axton plays Billy's dad, Rand. He's an inventor, but his inventions rarely work like they should. Polly Holliday plays the town meanie, Mrs. Deagle. If you're over 40, you'll recognize her as Flo from the late 70s sitcom Alice. Kiss my grits. That was her catchphrase. She said it a lot. She even got a spinoff, but it didn't last long. Kiss my grits. Judge Reinhold and Phoebe Cates were in this one, as well as Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Dick Miller is in this one too as Mr. Futterman. I've talked about Dick Miller before in previous episodes. It's always the mark of a quality film. Gizmo is voiced by Howie Mandel. He was one of the doctors on St. Elsewhere. He's also the guy who used to put a surgical glove over his head and blow it up like a balloon. Yup. Weird. Jonathan Banks plays one of the local police officers. I only mention it because, and wait for it, he's also in Breaking Bad as Mike Ehrmantraut. This one was expertly directed by Joe Dante. He gave us The Howling, Piranha, and Inner Space. There's lots of suggested violence moments in this one that leave things to your imagination. Things that are a lot more scary and disgusting than what's on the screen. Less is more, and I think a lot of current directors have forgotten about that. I noticed a lot of Dutch angle shots in this one. For those of you not familiar, a Dutch angle shot has the camera tilted at a bit of an angle, kind of like this shot here. It usually signifies something fucked up is about to happen, and it's kind of used as foreshadowing in this movie. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when Billy's mom is fighting off the gremlins in the kitchen. And you've got Can You Hear What I Hear playing in the background, while the gremlins are being killed by the mom in ever increasingly grisly ways. She blows one up in a microwave and another one gets beheaded. It's pretty gruesome. The movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1956 plays in the background of a few scenes. It keeps with the theme of something coming out of a pod and trying to take over. And the pods also reminded me of the eggs from Alien. The practical effects still hold up for the most part and look great for a movie released in the mid-80s. The only problem I had with it was the stop motion stuff, which looks pretty shitty. Most of the scenes of the gremlins are shot in low lighting, which helps sell the illusion. There's a couple of running gags in this one that are worth a chuckle. There's a bit where they have a pair of swords on the wall, and one of them falls every time someone closes the front door. The other one being the fact that Rand's inventions never work right, and they milk that one right up until the very end of the movie. This one gets a PG rating, and along with Temple of Doom are the 2 films credited as motivating factors in the creation of the PG-13 rating. I've done a whole video about it if you want to check that out, but it does bear repeating. For all the bitching people did about this one at the time of its release, I still found it in the family section at Target. Seriously, the fucking family section. So what's the verdict on this one? The story is original and very engaging. It's a perfect mix of humor and violence. This film goes from heartwarming to horrifying and back several times, but it works. It's quite the roller coaster. The casting is great and the acting is solid. The pacing works well and most everything serves the story. The music is above average and fits the scenes perfectly. There's a lot of theme and variation on the main Gremlins theme, but it doesn't feel overused. If for some reason you haven't seen this one yet, definitely check it out. It's the perfect time of year for it. Well, that's it for Gremlins. Next time we'll be looking at yet another non-traditional Christmas movie, Lethal Weapon from 1987. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another horrible impression, and you guys are dismissed.
Hey, you fat lard, like and subscribe. That would be flippin' sweet.